What's going on, everybody? It's Broadway Joelle, man. I'm the voice of Dominican boxing, but today we got breaking news. This is shocking news, and I can't remember the last time a boxer tested positive for a banned substance in this high profile of a fight, this high profile of a name. I can't remember. I know Roy Jones tested positive at one point, but that wasn't a huge fight. Also fell kind of under the radar. I can't remember the last time a fighter of this magnitude has tested positive. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Ryan Garcia has tested positive for a banned substance in his last fight against Devin Haney. Uh, the substance he tested positive for is called ostarine. So apparently this is something that helps your muscles grow, helps cut weight as well. And I I don't know. This is something that I'm just baffled. First of all, for the people who don't know what he tested positive for, I actually took the liberty of researching it and reading a little bit about it. And I won't read the whole article. I'll just give you guys the overview. It says ostarine is a type of drug called a selective androgen receptor modulator. It's not approved by the FDA, but sometimes is found in supplements. So maybe he took a supplement that he didn't know had it in it. Who knows? But it says ostarine attaches to proteins in the body known as androgen receptors. When ostarine binds to these receptors, it tells muscles to grow. People who use ostarine for athletic performance, involuntary weight loss due to illness, breast cancer, and many other conditions, but there is no good scientific evidence to support these uses. Uh, Ostarine is an investigational drug and therefore not approved for any use by the US FDA. Despite this, it is still sometimes found in dietary supplements, particularly those marketed for bodybuilding. Ostarine, along with other SARMs, which is acronym, and it says is banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency (WADA) and the National Collegiate Athletic Association, the NCAA. So this is steroids. This is not like a dietary supplement. This isn't something where recover from an injury. This is plain out cheating. This is plain out you trying to get advantage in the fight. Now, again, as we read in the article, it says that it is in some supplements. I'm not giving this guy out. I'm just telling you guys what I literally just read, so maybe he took a supplement not knowing what was in it. But at this level of the game, at this level of a fight where you're making 20 million or more, you have to know what is going in your body. And that's unfortunate. If it is a mistake, if it was something he took and he didn't know had it in it, and same thing happened with Puello. Puello tested positive, and it came out. He even had evidence that he tested positive because he was trying to have kids and he was taking these supplements. And but at the end of the day, he didn't notify the commission and he ended up getting suspended. So it's the same thing here. When you're a professional athlete, you have to know what's going in your body. Ignorance is not enough to get you innocent. So this is what's being reported. And he actually came out to Instagram and quickly made a video explaining how he did not cheat and did not use steroids. And this is his explanation of it. Hold on one second. Well, hold on one second.
Shit claim that I cheated.
Lies.
Let me start this over.
What's up, everybody? I came on here to address this bull fucking shit claim that I cheated.
Lies.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? Why didn't they come out with this before, the fight. If they found it before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater and then come out with a victory and then they post this? Again, these are people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason, but no weapon against me shall prosper. I never taken steroid. I don't even know where to get steroids at the end of the day. I barely, take supplements. They're saying it's coming from the ashwagandha. That's fucking retarded. So at the end of the day, big lies. I beat his ass. Fuck out of here. Everybody go to Warwick tonight. It's lit.
And I was with this guy every
single
day.
I never ever saw fuck the Haney.
All right, so that's his explanation as to what's being reported. That's his feeling towards it, and he didn't do much to change anybody's mind. Right now, we have to believe the commission, and what makes it worse for him is he tested positive in the New York State Athletic Commission, meaning New York State. They're pretty strict. They're pretty on point when it comes to, finding these things out. But one thing he said is that I did find interesting. He said that this test, apparently he tested positive before the fight. I don't understand how you test positive before the fight and then you announce it after the fight. If he tested positive before the fight, then the fight should have been canceled. At least that's what's, because Devin Haney could have got knocked out, literally. He could have gotten knocked out, could have gotten killed. And it's happened in New York City before. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why the insurance here changed. I don't know if you guys remember when Makhmudov Abdullayev, he suffered brain injuries and died here in New York City. And that changed the whole course of how the commission goes about things. And so if the commission found this out before the fight, they should have canceled the fight because they're putting the fighters at risk. And when you add that to the fact that he tested positive before the fight, the commission didn't do their job in canceling the fight, and he missed weight, it's like, I feel bad for poor Devin Haney, man. And a lot of you guys were being unfair to Devin Haney, criticizing him. And I was like saying, like, damn, man, like, all right, the guy lost, but it's one loss, and he could bounce back. And now look. You get what I'm saying? His title wasn't taken from him anyways because Ryan came in overweight. And now this fight is going to be turned into a no contest. So even if Ryan had made weight, he would have kept his belt. So I just feel so bad for Devin Haney because I could only imagine how he felt after that loss, getting knocked down 3 times, losing his O. And, only to a guy who missed weight by 3 pounds, not by an ounce or 2, by 3 pounds. So missed out on weight, and then you get beat up, and then come to find out, whatever, 2 weeks later, a week later, whatever, however long it's been, that this guy was on steroids. Man, it's not a good feeling, and it's not a good look for boxing. And I know all sports have athletes who use performance enhancing drugs. That we've seen it in baseball plenty of times. We've seen it in football plenty of times. We don't really see it in basketball. We have seen it in basketball, a few guys, but we don't really see it in basketball. But football and baseball, we see it all the time. We see it in the UFC all the time. But this one seems to sting a little bit more to the boxing community because this is one that crossed over to the casual. This is one that, he's preaching, the kids, and how he supports the kids, how he wants to be a positive influence for the kids, but you out here taking, illegal substances. And again, I would be more lenient. I mean, it's not justifiable in any shape, way, form, or fashion but I would be a little bit more lenient in my criticism if he hadn't missed weight. And if this was a diuretic or something, like, oh yeah, he missed weight and he took a pill to try to lose weight, not cool at all. By the way, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying you know, I find that less to be more of a at that point that's illegal because they're trying to protect you from yourself. You can kill yourself doing that. You can be draining your body, but this is not what that was. This was something to help your muscles grow, something to make you stronger. You know, something that's banned by the NCAA. You know, a college football, college baseball, college basketball. You cannot use this substance. Something that's banned by WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association. You know what I'm saying? They have that ban, and apparently New York State has it banned. So this is a serious drug that multiple commissions across the board don't allow this. So I find it almost concerning. I don't know, man. It's just I'm baffled. I don't even know what to think of the fight anymore, because at the time I'm like, damn, man, this guy scored this big upset, was playing up this whole he's crazy on Twitter. You get what I'm saying? And all of a sudden it comes out, all of a sudden he pulls off this upset, goes on a world tour. He says he's promoting with Donald Trump. He was on Valuetainment with Patrick Bet-David. And just doing the runs, made a whole rap song, dissing Devin Haney, only to come out that you was on the juice. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's and the people reporting this are legit people. It's Jake Donovan from Ring Magazine. It's Dan Raphael, former of ESPN, and now he has his own private Substack that you know you can, I guess, subscribe to. Like, man, I'm very, 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 very curious as to what's going on here. What's going to come out of this? I'm very curious. It's insane to me. I haven't had boxing news surprise me this much in quite a while. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that this is happening in boxing. It's you know, you come out 3 pounds overweight, you test positive. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Let me go on his Twitter. Let me see what he's talking about. Wow, hold on one second. Look at this. Gervonta Davis saying they doing anything to take away the win from Ryan. If that's the case, ban Eddie Hearn, silver spoon ass. And Ryan Garcia retweets that and says respect. Ryan Garcia, then he also tweets, the odd makers heated, took the house down. Nah, I ain't going to rematch him. I'll beat him easy, fair and squared. I'd be damned if I rematch him. I'm gonna say my comment. They're trying to take my greatest victory away. Kind of sad when you think about it. I don't care. I love God. He will make this right. I love you, Jesus. If I took steroids, then for sure I'm for sure gay in capital letters. I'm seen with Trump, and now I'm positive for steroids. This is a straight attack. Crazy. The glove does not fit. Find out who paid to create this lie. Now I'm gonna release everyone's shit. Time to expose the real snakes. I need steroids. I'm addicted. Ugh. And it's my bad. I shouldn't have took this, and it's a ashwagandha pill, which you mentioned in the video. It's I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of it. It's hard for me to believe him at this point. Hold on. I don't know what you mean by this infamous. This is misinformation. I'm literally reading what was tweeted out by Dan Raphael and Jake Donovan, two very legit journalists. I Googled the off WebMD. I Googled the name of the PED and what it does. And then I'm reading his tweet, so I'm not sure what you mean by misinformation. Maybe something earlier I said, or something you may not be referring to me, but yeah, no, I need to see what comes of this, Does he appeal? What happens? I don't know. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Anybody who wants to call in and express their opinion or ask me a question, please do so. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say because I'm speechless. I had to go live for this. I honestly, I was getting ready to take a shower and go to bed. But then this news breaks. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go live. I gotta talk about this because I cannot think. I'm almost curious as to how much this news is going to be talked about for how long. And this happens, what, 2 days before Canelo fight? This is bigger news than the Canelo fight. I guarantee you tomorrow, people will be talking about this news more than the Canelo fight coming this Saturday. I guarantee you that. And it's crazy for me to think that because Canelo is the face of boxing. Canelo is the biggest draw in boxing, the biggest moneymaker in boxing. And nobody will be talking about that fight tomorrow. People will be talking about Ryan Garcia, from the hardcore boxing fan to the casual boxing fan. This is the topic that will be dominated. And it's unfortunate because it's going to take over in a negative way. And people are always going to, and it's unfortunate because I felt like, and I wasn't necessarily rooting for any Ryan or Devin when they fought. I wasn't necessarily rooting for either one. I was just kind of like, hey, let me watch a fight. But after the fight, I was kind of like, you know what? Ryan winning was probably what was better for boxing. He's like that marketable kid. He goes around, makes the rounds, does these interviews, is constantly on Instagram and Twitter, and knows how to manipulate the media and stuff like that. And manipulate sometimes can be used as a negative word, but I think he does it in a way to promote himself. He created this aura of him being crazy or something like that. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe him winning was better for boxing. Although I like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a good kid, you know what I'm saying? But then this comes out and I'm like, oh, what's going on? So everybody who's not a boxing fan who was watching Ryan just because he's a handsome guy or whatever, or he's active on Twitter, or he's friends with Jake Paul, now is aware of boxing due to the fact that he uses is aware that he used a PED. And that's another stain on boxing. And boxing is it's a sport that can't afford much and any more stains. You get what I'm saying? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Hold on, I got my man Roy on. Roy, que lo que? Talk to me, my brother.
Hello, Cab, bro. Wait, what's going on? What's going on?
A lot's going on. Ryan Garcia tested positive for a PED called Osterine. I want your opinion. Talk to me. What's your opinion on that?
Why are they doing that now, though? Like, why now? They should have done that like before fight.
I agree with you. If he tested positive for a banned substance before the fight, I don't understand why they let him fight, because that's dangerous at that point.
Yeah, like
that's dangerous. Like why?
It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It really don't. Like, why do it now?
Yeah. All right. So let's say he would have went in there, and Ryan hits hard. He's been hitting hard his whole career. Let's say he would have went in there with this steroid and killed Devin Haney with a left hook. Literally put him in the hospital, a brain bleed. The guy dies a day later. And then it comes out that, he tested positive before the fight. Why would you allow him to fight? That is confusing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
One of the things Ryan put out there, and I'm not gonna play into it too much, but I think it's funny. New York is a Democratic state, is a liberal state, and he said, I as soon as I take a picture with Trump, all of a sudden it comes out I use steroids.
Yeah, they doing Ryan dirty there, man. I ain't gonna lie.
So you believe he's innocent?
I mean, it's not that. It's just like, why are they doing that now, though? Like, it don't make sense. They should have done it way earlier. Like, Ryan already won. He already did what he's supposed. I mean, he came overweight, okay, but like, why are you doing that now?
And to your point, the fight was. Hold on, I'll give you the exact amount of days. It was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. What even if you don't do it before, why announce it? Doesn't, at least I don't think so. I don't know how to test for professional PEDs, but why did it take 11 days after the fight for you to announce that he used a steroid? That also is another thing for me. All right, you didn't report it before when he allegedly tested positive. Why did it take you 11 days? Why wasn't it a day after, 2 days after, 3 days, 11 days? People forgot about the fight at that point.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, everybody already way past that fight. Like,
It's crazy. And again, this is the highest profile positive test that I can think of. I
hey,
can't think of a bigger
you
one.
gonna see tomorrow the reporters asking Canelo, what do you think about Ryan Garcia testing positive? I can tell already, man.
Yeah. No, and to your point, that's kind of like the argument I was making is his fight this weekend was supposed to be the big show, the face of boxing and all this, and that's not going to be the topic of conversation. They're going to be asking Munguia about it. They're going to be asking him about it. They're going to be asking De La Hoya about it, who
Yeah,
is
a
going to
lot,
be there
a lot.
and is the promoter of Ryan Garcia. I want to
Yep.
know where this goes. Does he appeal? Does he have a legit reason? What happened? But all I know is him testing for this banned substance. It really hurts his legacy. It really hurts just that win because it's not going to count anymore. And
For real?
and it hurts boxing. It hurts boxing as a sport, to be honest.
It doesn't count anymore.
Not well. If these reports are true, which I don't see why it wouldn't be true. These are very legit people reporting it.
If it's true, Haney is gonna still undefeated then.
Haney is still undefeated if it's true.
Damn,
If it's true,
that's crazy.
If it's true, Haney is still undefeated. This will be reported as a no contest. No contest.
Well, people still gonna talk shit to Haney regardless.
Okay, hold on. This is let me read this. This was on Twitter. Let me read this out. Hold on one second. I think this is important for the people to know. It says, boxer Ryan Garcia has tested positive for a banned PED Ostarine in Nevada test related to his recent fight against Devin Haney, as confirmed by multiple sources, including Chris Mannix and Dan Rafael. Garcia's team has been notified, and he has 10 days to request his B sample be tested. The A sample was also screened for 19 norandrosterone, but this has not been confirmed. This development has raised question about the timing of the drug test results and the integrity of the sport, with the boxing community awaiting further information and Garcia's response to the allegations. So even that little blurb that I just read said the same thing. People are questioning what's going on. Like, why did it take so long for that to be reported?
Yeah, I think that's what people are gonna say. Like, most of the people.
Yeah, it's
like they're gonna be like, why now? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Let's Google, because apparently he tested positive for 2 banned substances. What is this 19 norandrostone? It's hold on, let me go to WebMD. We go to WebMD. It says 19, whatever, is a type of chemical known as prohormone. These chemicals are changed by the body to other muscle building hormones such as testosterone. Very little is known about the safety of 19 nor DHA. There is concern it might be serious side effects similar to those caused by muscle building hormones. All right, so I'll just read this real quick. How does it work? After it's taken, the body is thought to change into the other chemicals called hormones. Some of these hormones include chemicals that are similar to testosterone. Testosterone, similar hormones can help build muscle, but can also cause dangerous side effects. Yeah, no, this is plain out steroids. This is
Damn.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I again, I can't remember the last. I mean, I guess Canelo testing positive was pretty big. That's probably the last time. Last time,
but nothing happened to Canelo, did it?
Canelo got suspended. His fight got canceled against Triple G. You see, he tested positive before the fight with Triple G. The fight got canceled, and he got suspended. That's what happened.
There was one time he tested positive for something that he was eating, and I think they were going to take his belt, and they didn't. Okay.
Yeah, he tested positive, and he claims that it was because he was eating, meat from Mexico that was tainted. And shit, man, this is something like I can't believe this is happening.
Did Haney say something, or his dad?
You know what's funny? I've been so just flustered. I haven't checked. Let me check Twitter right now. I'll honestly, I would be surprised.
I think Bill Haney probably said something. He talks a lot.
No, he hasn't said nothing on Twitter. Let me see if he said something on Instagram yet. Let me see. No, he hasn't said nothing on Instagram. I don't know if he's waiting for more details as well.
Probably.
But I've never seen him get reported like that, but and then all of a sudden they get reversed. I've never seen that in my life. Where it's like, oh no, we thought he used steroids, but it actually came out that he didn't, and we're gonna reverse. I've never seen that. So we'll see.
The Canelo one was before the fight with Triple G.
No, it was before the fight. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? But they're doing this after, like, I don't know, man.
You know what? I'm surprised. And Roy, I appreciate you. Coming on. I'm gonna have to let you go. All right, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, my man. Yeah. And I'm surprised of Tank's approach to this news. I already read what he said. He said that they doing anything to take away the win from Ryan. If that's the case, ban Eddie Hearn, silver spoon ass. All right. That was one tweet, and then he follows it up by saying people overlook what Regis said about how they did him dirty game. I'm surprised that he's taken the route of almost like go taking Ryan's side. That surprised me. I thought he would be, hey, look, this guy used roids and stuff like that and trolling. I'm surprised he seems like that. And this is him responding to somebody. Frank Martin said, my turn. And somebody wrote, hope y'all got them tests going. Javante Davis said, if I found out he popped dirty, I bet he won't be able to box again. And that goes for anyone that cheat with me. So he's saying, like, he might take it to the street. At least that's how I interpreted it. You know, I'm interpreting it that he's saying like if somebody tests dirty, meaning like possibly is, you know, doing something to hurt him, he's gonna make sure to hurt him outside the ring. That's how I'm interpreting. That's not necessarily how he wrote it, but hey man, you know, I can only interpret what I can interpret. But hold on one second. My man Alson says they saw Ryan with Trump, now they hating. Come on, Joelle. You believe that? Ryan already made a statement on IG. Joelle, we all know that's Bill Haney trying to erase the L on Devin's record. Come on, man. Come on. So just because Ryan made a statement on Instagram, I'm supposed to believe what he says and not the commission? Come on, bro. Smarten up. Smarten up. Now, I'm not saying he can't appeal this because he has 10 days to request his B sample be tested. So in the case where the B sample, I've never heard of a B sample being negative and the A sample being positive. But in the case where the B sample tests negative, let's just say, I don't know where they go from that. Do they go by the first test? Do they go by the second test? Does he have to go back in and provide a third test? I have no idea. I have no idea. But this is big news, man. This is big news. And I'm not going to dismiss what Jake Donovan said, what Dan Raphael said, what you know, the New York State Athletic Commission is saying. I'm not going to dismiss what they're saying. I'm not. I'm sorry. You know, Ryan made a statement. Yeah, I'm taking into consideration, but that consideration just kind of went down the tube. Like I considered it and then kind of was like, okay, yeah, that's as much as my consideration is going. I can't think of anything. He didn't even give an explanation why he just said it's not true. So I don't see why you bringing up that video of IG. And yes, I did see it. I actually played it for the people watching. So, but man, yo, this is crazy. If Ryan really didn't test positive and they trying to fuck him over, then that's crazy. But bro, he's an idiot. If all this is true and he trying to laugh it off, I don't know, man. Yeah, people really would think. I don't know if the commission will play around like that, where because you really think the commission would just put out a fake report because they don't like him because he was with Trump or some shit like that? That seems like crazy to me. Yo, and you know what's also crazy? Oscar De La Hoya was just trolling Canelo Alvarez at the press conference with testing positive. And that same day, his fighter tests positive. How crazy is that? All right. So Ryan Garcia has followed up with another tweet, and we going live, man. Every tweet he make, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it because this is something I'm something like, especially since I've been a content creator, well, a journalist, I'll say. Ryan Garcia says, "Why in the world would I volunteer for a drug test if I plan on taking drugs? Make it make sense." I mean, you wouldn't be the first guy to do it. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be the first guy to volunteer for drug testing and then take drugs. That's not necessarily a valid point, my brother. There's been plenty of people who volunteered for random blood and urine testing, like Andre Berto, and test positive. You know what I'm saying? There's been quite a few people that fights that that get canceled because they test positive. Yo, my man's a Ryan Garcia stan. My man says, "I believe Bill Haney is corrupt and dirty," with no proof of that. That's just how he feels. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he feels. And then he goes, Joelle is a type of person that believes everything he see in the news with 3 laughing emojis. All right, buddy. Like, I mean, it's the New York State Athletic Commission reporting this. I don't know how more legit you want it to get. You know what I'm saying? You want his dealer, the drug dealer, to come and be like, yo, it was me who sold it to him. That's the only way you'll believe it. You the type of person that all a person got to do is go online and say he didn't do it. And you believe that person. You get what I'm saying? I'll go with the commission, bro. You can go with the guy who's being accused. You can go with that. That's cool. I mean, and I don't have nothing against Ryan. So it's not like I'm the big Ryan hater and I'm over here celebrating he tested positive. That's not what's going on here. I'm just reporting the news. I'm reporting what the commission, what Jake Donovan and Dan Rayfield and Mike Coppinger have reported. These are legit journalists that I just mentioned. And again, the New York State Athletic Commission is the direct source. Like, so get out of here with that clown shit, bro. But wait a minute. I sound like a Haney fan. I'm not. Yo, you know what's funny? When I first started my channel, I used to be somebody who criticized Devin Haney a lot because I didn't think he was that special. I thought guys like Ryan and who had super fast hands and very powerful left hook, I thought he was special. I thought Gervonta Davis with that power and foot movement and speed was special. I thought Teofimo, and I was like, when I see Devin Haney, I'm like, I don't quite see special. I see a good fighter. So if you see some of my early videos, I used to criticize Devin Haney a lot, but he proved himself. You know, he ended up beating Lomachenko. He ended up beating Regis Prograis. He ended up not testing positive. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not necessarily a Devin Haney fan. I'm not necessarily a fan of any of these guys. I try to be as unbiased as possible. I used to be very biased with the Dominicans. I've toned that down. You know what I'm saying? I give my opinion on who's good and who's not, and who's gonna win and who's not gonna win. So I don't know where you're getting that, bro, my brother. But I appreciate you for giving me a view. You know, I appreciate you. Canelo volunteered to take drug testing, and he tested positive. Now, my brother, I don't know if you have, you know, if you could check BoxRec, do me a favor right now. Go to boxrec.com. At the search bar, type in Devin Haney and then check if he beat Loma or if Loma beat him. I don't remember. You could do that yourself, my brother. I'm not going to do that and waste the people's time. But, you know, Devin Haney did beat Lomachenko. So, you know, whether you agree with the decision or not, my brother, that's on you. But, Devin Haney won. And that's as far, you know, people want to make it seem like this was a fucking robbery, like a crazy robbery. That was a close fight that could have gone either way, and it went Devin Haney's way. I actually agree with you. I had it 7-5 Lomachenko, but the fight could have gone either way. I could see 7-5 for Devin Haney. I could see 6-6 a draw, but I don't think that was a crazy robbery the way y'all trying to paint it. Y'all wildin'. Ness from the Boxing Voice used to get on you for not being big on Haney early on. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a Devin Haney stan. I'm not a Tank stan. I'm not a Teofimo stan. I was a big Teofimo fan, but not anymore. I've kind of toned down who I necessarily root for. You know what I'm saying? I just watch the fights now. I just watch the fights. But yeah, man, this is news. Like I never thought I would be reporting this news. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Who knows? This guy is I don't know his mental state. I don't know how much of it was a troll. I don't know if he felt like even if I test positive, I could out troll my way. I can, you know, just say, you know, it's not true and they're out to get me and it's the Matrix. Yo, this is hilarious. Look what Ryan Garcia tweeted, man. Look what Ryan Garcia tweeted. He said, Diddy paid for the drug test, allegedly. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. But yeah, man, I don't know what to say. But yo, I'm gonna throw the link back up in the chat, man. I definitely want to hear from the fans. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say, because this is crazy news. Hold on one second. Anybody who wants to chop it up with me, the link is in the chat, so please do so. This is crazy news. Hold on one second. Trying to get some people on. Maybe my man Juan hop on. Maybe a few other guys that you've seen on here hop on, and we could talk about this, because this is something I want to know other people's opinion. You got some clowns that want to believe what they believe with no proof. There's some people that maybe have an idea, and you know what? What's funny? I don't want to dismiss, and this is where I get a little crazy. I don't want to dismiss that all of a sudden he's with Trump and he's had test positive. I'm not going to totally dismiss that. I'm not. I'm sorry. I know that's far fetched, and I'm totally dismissing it. I'm totally dismissing it. But it is weird that it was reported 11 days after. It's after the fight, especially when the report says that he tested positive before the fight. That's, if I could ask the commission any question, that would be the question I would be asking. Why did it take 11 days after the fight for this to be reported when he tested positive before the fight? So this is actually more than 11 days. I don't know when exactly he tested positive. Let me see if anybody has reported that. Let me check Jake Donovan. Matter of fact, let me hit up Jake Donovan, see if he can hop on. That would be dope if he could hop on. All right. Yeah, let's hope. Hold on. I got my man Ari here. Ari, de lo mío, que lo que?
Yo, what's good, man? I feel like we haven't talked in a while. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. I'm taken aback about these news, and I want your opinion, man. Talk to me about this situation with Ryan Garcia. What's your opinion on it, and what do you have to say about it?
I mean, well, I told you how I felt about him coming overweight, right? So his intention was never to make 140, right? His previous fight with Duarte, he fought at 143. He also bragged about not making weight. He was like, fuck that. I'm not going to, drain myself to 140, whatever. So, and then he also said, that basically, I guess Floyd Mayweather told him to come 3 pounds over. And the 3 pounds is important. The reason why is because, from what I was told, if you're over 4 pounds, then the commission, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, could call the fight off, right? But if it's below that, if it's 3 pounds, then they can't do that. They're allowed to negotiate with the opposing team and come to an agreement. So, when I found out that, he came in 3 pounds over and he was bragging about it, I thought the Haneys got played in the negotiations, right?
How
Yes,
so?
he
How
paid
so? How so?
because they made that handshake bet, whatever. From what I was told, Ryan paid was it $600,000, right, for the 3 pounds. Um, so I think they got played in the negotiations. In terms of like if you're in a title fight and you purposely blow weight and you come in 3 pounds over for the amount of money that let's say Ryan Garcia has made in the past and the amount of money that he was going to make, $600,000 is nothing. So I think that the Haneys got played in that sense, but they were also
Yeah, but they accepted it.
overconfident. Yeah, they're correct. They accepted it because I believe they were overconfident and they kind of got played. So they also got to take responsibility for that. But then to come to find out now today that not only did Ryan blow weight, right? Because that's 3 pounds of muscle weight that you don't have to cut. And also your recovery is much better when you're not like killing yourself to make the
Yeah.
weight. But then to find out that he was on steroids, and not just one steroids, he was on two different, from my understanding, two different
Yeah, it was two.
type
It
of
was two.
steroids, and and it's crazy, man. I think it's fucked up. Um, he popped dirty. I think he cheated. I think he's a cheater, and I do believe that the fight should be a no contest.
What do you make of allegedly him testing positive before the fight, and
Right.
and they announced that he tested positive 11 days after the fight? What do you make of that?
No, so here's what people gotta understand. Whenever these VADA tests are done, they don't get immediate results. The way that it works is, and we have found out, when numerous different fighters pop dirty. For example, he took, from my understanding, from what I read, he took a test on 4/19, which is the day before the fight. Now those results will not come the day of the fight, or what I'm saying, like those results are not immediate. So he popped dirty that day. That's going to take a few days. Then he also took another test after the fight. So both of those tests came back positive, and obviously those tests are not done. Those tests are not. They don't give the results immediately. So even they wouldn't know that he was dirty right before the fight. But
So
it's
so
pretty common.
they can't get the if they take it.
So whenever you get tested the day before the fight or the day of the fight, those results are not going to be in for at least another week. That's
Okay,
typically how it works.
I'm reading an article currently right now, and I'll put it up. This is by uh, Lance Pugmire from the boxing scene, where he says tests typically require a 72-hour processing window if done on a rushed or stat basis, a doping expert said.
Correct.
So
think about it. That's 72 hours in a rush, right? So if you think about it, so the test taken the day before the fight, that's 24 hours. Then you take a test the day of the fight. So that means, yeah. So if, like I said, in a rush, that he said it, in a rush state, 72 hours. So that means those test results are gonna come back for 3-4 days. You get what I'm saying?
72 hours, 3 days.
In the way that these commissions do it, remember that depending where you are, they're not going to notify the public first, right? What they do is they notify the promoters, they notify the teams, and then the teams have the option of testing the B samples or whatever, meeting the fighter.
Well, they have 10 days. Allegedly, they have 10 days to report that, to appeal and ask for the second test to be tested.
The B samples, correct. So these next 10 days are going to be very telling.
Yeah, but my thing is right. Let's say he requests, all right, yeah, test my B sample, and the B sample comes out negative. now you have one positive, one negative. How does that work?
Right. So in that instance, then they're gonna have to try to find out what is the reason, right? Because if you are, think about it, the only difference, the A sample is the B sample is the exact same urine taken at the same time. The only
Yeah, they
difference
put it in
is
two different
different
cups.
vials. Correct. They use it. They put them in different vials, and the reason
Mhm.
why they do that is, in case, let's say, one of the vials is contaminated for whatever reason, then okay, then that may be a legitimate thing. But the A and B sample is the same sample that they take, is just put in different vials.
No, but my
Now,
thing is, what if the second one comes out negative?
right. So if the second one comes out negative, hold on. But here's the thing: if the second one comes out negative, then he could say, you know what, that first vial was contaminated. You know what I'm saying? That's a reasonable excuse. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is, these next 10 days are going to be telling, because usually these fighters that they know they're dirty, right? They don't even bother getting the B sample tested because, like I said, we're still waiting for Dillian White's B sample before he fought Oscar Rivas. Because remember, they
Mhm.
knew that he was dirty days before the fight, right? Remember that with that situation was different because Dillian White was tested the week before the fight, and he
Yeah.
came out dirty, and the promoter knew, and the promoter allowed it, right? The promoter, being Eddie Hearn and them, they allowed the fight to go forward. And he didn't say anything. Same thing with Conor Ben, right? We're still waiting for that B sample. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he popped dirty, but
Mhm.
has the B sample ever been tested? No. Same thing with
So you saying
Fury.
if these people don't request for their B sample to be tested, then they most likely did it.
In my opinion, yes. In my opinion,
Okay.
yes.
All
Because
right, but so and if it comes out negative, you'll concede
if
that
Ryan Garcia, here's the thing, right? Because right now Ryan Garcia is playing, he's on that Trump card shit. Oh, this is fake news. There's no way. Blah blah. I don't
Mhm.
know, but whatever. Right? That's what he's doing right now. That's what he's saying. That's what he said in his spaces that he popped up real quick.
Yeah.
But if he's really believes that he's clean, he should definitely um, test the B sample. If the B sample comes back negative, then he has a legitimate claim to say, you know what, that first vial was contaminated, and he
Yeah.
could go into, something was contaminated, and that's the reason why it came back positive.
Hold
That's
on, hold on.
legitimate.
Devin Haney just came out with a statement. I want to read it for the public. It says, we learned about this situation not too long ago, and it's unfortunate Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive not once but twice. I've always been an advocate for clean fighting, and this is an example of such. Ryan owes the fans an apology, and by his recent tweet, he still thinks this is a joke. We put our lives on the line to entertain people for a living. You don't play boxing. This puts the fight in a completely different light. Despite the disadvantage, I still fought on my shield and got back up. People die in this sport. This isn't a joking matter. That's his recent release statement that he gave to ESPN regarding this matter. And I feel bad. I feel really bad for Devin Haney because he not only had to fight somebody who didn't make the weight by 3 pounds, which is a very significant amount of weight. He also fought a guy who tested positive and really was just he took some shots, man. And he got dropped 3 times. There was moments where I didn't think he was gonna make the fight and make it to the end of the fight, and went through that embarrassment, went through that pain and all that, and all for it to come out that, hey, uh, he also tested positive. On top of the fact that he missed weight, he also tested positive,
And
and
what
it's
people,
like,
when people, when
ah,
people, what people don't realize, because a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just 3 pounds. Oh, it's not a big deal." Listen, man, if you ever had to cut weight for a sport, whether it's boxing, whether it's wrestling, I did a little bit of wrestling in middle and high school, so
mhm,
I had to make weight. Obviously, it's not compared to like a professional sport, whatever, but like
mhm,
I know a little bit of making weight. So when you do that and you have to make a certain weight, your body's not the same. So what I'm saying is, if you're struggling to make a weight, if you're struggling, 3 pounds is a lot. And the way that your body feels and recovers, not having to cut those extra 3 pounds, that's a huge difference, right? And when you're talking about 3 pounds, you're not talking about just water weight. You're talking about muscle weight. And the one of the substance that Ryan Garcia, allegedly tested positive for, is something that helps you with muscle mass.
No,
And
both
recovery.
help with
Right.
muscle mass.
Muscle mass recovery and helps you gain muscle or whatever without burning fat while gaining muscles and all that shit. So it's nasty work, man. I do, like I said, I feel bad for Haney. I think they did get played.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for Haney for sure. I definitely feel bad for Haney.
But yeah, I think that Ryan, honestly, Ryan started a space. He started a space. He spoke for like less than 5 minutes about the situation. And I'm pretty sure his lawyers probably told him to shut the fuck up because he cut it off right away. He cut it off shortly after. But listen, if he seriously believes that he's innocent, test the B sample, and that's gonna tell us if you know what I'm saying. That B sample is gonna tell us if you're lying or not. I think he cheated, but that's just my opinion.
Ryan tweeted this out, and this was before the fight. This was April 14th.
I saw the VADA thing.
Yeah, I just want the the fans who are not actively on Twitter to see. So Ryan Garcia tweeted this out. This was a letter sent to them March 14th of 2024, where he was tested on February 26th. So this was about 2 months before the fight. This letter to advise you that one or more of your collected specimen has been analyzed for performance-enhancing drugs through the VADA program. Analyze date listed below complete. And it says his results were negative, but this is from a test back in February.
Right,
So
and
it was.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like he's showing that he was negative in February. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but the funny thing about
that don't mean you're not positive in
right,
April.
But the funny thing about that tweet that he says, "Tell me how."
Yeah, tell me how. Yeah, motherfucker, you took it in April.
No, but you're missing it. The funny thing is that it was a negative test, and his tweet was like, "Tell me how."
Oh, he's like, it should have been positive.
Yeah, exactly.
How did I test negative? I
How did I test negative? Tell me how. Yeah, man. I like I said, man. I think these cheaters gotta get, they gotta get some.
my man, this dude in the chat is in his feelings, man. He says, "I'm out. I can't stand in hearing this bozo clown talking and saying Ryan cheated. You idiot!" With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamation points. Damn, brother. Like, peace. Bye. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
listen,
the news. If the news hurt your feelings that you can't stay and watch it live and be informed with what really happened. I mean, the thing is that, all right, my evidence that he tested positive is the reports from legit journalists and stuff like that. Your evidence that he's negative is just your feelings, and I'm sorry, my brother. I need more than just your feelings.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these fans is
he's a fanboy. He probably has a Ryan Garcia poster in his house and stuff like that.
When their favorite fighter does some bullshit, like they don't hold them accountable. They never hold their favorite fighters accountable, and that's why there's so much bullshit in boxing.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It really is. Boxing never ceases to. I just when I think I saw it all, I haven't. And nothing
surprises me. Nothing surprises me in boxing. And no longer.
No, but not that I haven't seen somebody test positive before, but I can't remember the last time somebody actually fought, won, then tested positive before that was this big. And then maybe you can remember something. I know Canelo tested positive, but he didn't fight. It was before.
No, the only thing that comes remotely close was the Margarito Cotto fight with the hand wraps,
with the gloves, and even that
with,
wasn't proven. It was proven that he did it in the Mosley fight, and he didn't even get away with it.
He got caught in the Mosley fight, right? And then
I want to say
the rematch with Cotto, he got his ass beat.
Yeah, I was actually at that fight. That was in Madison Square Garden. With what's his name, with Ryan Garcia, this may be the biggest PED scandal in boxing history, because I can't think of one where a fighter fought, tested positive, and it was at this magnitude. I can't remember.
Yeah, nothing this big. Nothing this big.
Nothing this big. Like other guys have tested positive.
The Oscar Valdez, because that was actually known before the fight, right? So they knew he was dirty before the fight, and they went with that, Mauricio and his bullshit. Oh, we're leaving it up to the Indian reservation where the fight is being held, so I can't do anything about it. That bullshit. Mm-hmm. But then the same thing, we saw the results of that fight.
Also, Eric Morales tested positive before a fight against Danny Garcia in the rematch, and Danny Garcia ended up knocking him out, but it was for clenbuterol, where he claims that he ate. But
here's the thing, right? Because that's another thing, right? I do understand that there's certain countries, like let's say Mexico, right? Mexico with the meat, there is a serious issue in Mexico with the meat where there is contamination because these livestock or farmers are putting illegal substances in their livestock to make them grow faster or whatever, so that gets seeped into the food. So that's a legitimate, let's just say that's a legitimate issue in that country, right? I think we saw with there was a football game, an NFL game that was held in Mexico City. Yeah. And numerous of the NFL players. Team, Right. There were numerous of the NFL football players tested positive right after that. And then there was also, I think it was the junior World Cup or whatever was also held in Mexico. And a lot of, like 20 something athletes from like 20 different teams tested positive for the same thing. Yeah. So that's understandable. Like legit. Yeah, right. That's a like a legit, okay, that's it's possible, right? It's possible. Mm-hmm. But this for the Alicia Baumgartner, she popped dirty for how many things? It was like 2 or 3 when she popped dirty.
Alicia Baumgartner, I believe she only tested positive for one banned substance.
No, I think it was 2. It was 2.
I'll take your word for it. I'll be honest. I don't follow women's boxing enough. So
I don't. Yeah, but like I said, it was at least 2. Gerald Miller, he popped for the whole pharmacy. The time that he's popped dirty.
No, Jared Miller. Yeah, that dude is.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. It's like I said, the Ryan thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Is that you popping for 2 things. You're not popping for just one. You're popping for 2.
Just popping at all, man, and you miss weight. So you popping for 2 things and you miss weight.
But you miss weight on purpose, and you're bragging about it, and then you're talking about, oh, I'm not gonna, drain myself or kill myself to make the weight. But then you on that shit that make you muscle stronger, make you fucking that's some bullshit.
Maybe if he wasn't on that shit, he would have made the weight. Let's keep it real. Maybe. If he wasn't on that shit.
Another thing that was interesting that I mentioned, when he posted videos of himself running, he was running with weights in his ankle. Now, when you do that, you're doing that for strengthening, right? You're not cutting weight. You're not trying to cut weight. You're doing that to strengthen your legs.
No, but you can also do it for endurance, because
when you're in a fight, but what I'm saying, but you're not trying to make weight, right? But you're not trying to make weight. You're not running to cut weight. You're doing it for endurance and for strength.
Yeah, for endurance. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because when you're cutting weight, when you're trying to cut weight, you don't want to like. You're trying to fucking lose weight. You're not trying to like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But yo, Ari, I'm about to shut this down, man. But I appreciate you hopping on, man. Yeah, no, I got to work tomorrow morning as well. So
I got to work tonight, man. I work overnight, so I
work
gotta get
overnight?
ready.
Oh man, well, good luck, man. Try to stay awake at work, brother.
Nah, I do. I get my rest.
All right, my brother. I'll holler at you.
All right, man. We'll talk soon. Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. Peace. Yo, fellas, this is again one of the weirder lives that I've done. Again, I hate to do lives like this. I did the live when Puello tested positive, when Michelle tested positive, and now Ryan tested positive, and I had to talk about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Oh, hold on. We got the super chat last minute. This is a buzzer beater, a little buzzer beater super chat. Like, hold on, buddy. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. My man, the Nobody 92 sends a $5 super chat. Says that Ari said he didn't like how Vada went about being the #1 drug tester in boxing. How did Vada go about being the #1 drug test platform? I'll be honest with you, that's a question I have no idea how to answer. I do know that they test differently than USADA. I believe that the way they test. I remember there was a moment where some people were using USADA and some people were using VADA, and it just seemed that anybody who used VADA, VADA was catching a lot more people than USADA. So it came across like maybe USADA isn't, the way they test isn't as accurate as VADA. I remember that distinctly. That was around like 2010, 11, 12, like that time frame. I remember that being a topic of conversation as to why people who use VADA tend to get caught. People get caught, and people use USADA tends to catch less people. And I even remember Paulie Malignaggi, I forget who he was fighting. He wanted a drug test, and he wanted it to specifically be VADA. And same thing with Mayweather. He wanted it to specifically be USADA. It was I don't know. I don't know how to answer it. Oh, and Ari says he was referring to the people behind VADA. So Margaret Goodman is behind VADA, and she's one of the more she's been in boxing for a long time. She's worked for the Las Vegas Commission for a long time, and she no longer does that. But yeah, so she's as legit as it get, and she has a lot to do with boxing and drug testing and with the VADA. Oh, Devin Haney tweeted out. Damn, I was about to end this, but Devin Haney tweeted out, and I want to definitely give him his respect and make sure y'all hear what he has to say. He said, Alhamdulillah, Allah is the ultimate planner. I will always trust his plan. Allahu Akbar. Now, I don't speak Arabic, nor am I a Muslim, so I don't know what those phrases mean. But he's a very Muslim guy. He's a religious guy, and he shouted out his God. It ain't nothing wrong with that. So I guess he's just leaving it in the hands of God, and he feels he was cheated, and says that, hey man, that was the plan for me, and I'm dealing with it. But all right, guys, thank you so much for being with me and staying with me and hitting the like button and subscribing and my one super chat. I truly appreciate you, Nobody, man. That's definitely a great feeling knowing somebody wants you to win. So shout out to everybody, and until next time, guys, peace. Oh, by the way, before I go, I'm gonna be trying to interview more people around this situation. I'm gonna see who I can get on, and I'm gonna try to get a little bit more busy with the interviews. I definitely want to do that. I feel like I've been slacking with the interviews. So for all my fans and who want to see me do more interviews, I got you guys, man. I'm working a lot behind the scenes.